Welcome to Peri, Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic. I got a haircut for you kids, and I'm very happy to see you here. This being New York City, there's a little subway thing, so I just zoomed straight from work to here. So, and I'm just really glad to see you guys. And so here's what I was going to talk a little about today. Okay, a lot of people say, how do I get in touch with my intuition? How do I go into a space in which intuitive hits for myself and others come easily to me? And here's what I tell them. This is going to sound a little crazy. Well, it'll sound like a cliche, and then it'll sound crazy. But let me explain. So, what you want to do is find a space in yourself for an idea that is easy when you say it, difficult to practice, and it's unconditional love. So I don't know about you, but the first few times I tried to practice unconditional love, I would think of people I thought I loved unconditionally, but then I would find that secretly I was like, oh, I would love you unconditionally if you just change this one thing. Or I would love you unconditionally if you would do this thing I want. And so I realized that it's a challenge. But when you get into the unconditional loving space, you suddenly feel this flow, and it's not difficult. So here's what I'm going to suggest. The easiest way to do it is, do you have a pet? And when I was first learning this, I had this beautiful pastel calico kitty cat named Shurka. And calicos are the blondes of the cat world. They know they're pretty. They're very kind of, they're a little glamorous. And Shurka, I met Shurka when she was given to me by a Russian immigrant who was working on the same floor that my then husband's art studio was. This is in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, 15 years ago. And all of the people who worked in this sheepskin coat factory were all immigrants from parts of Russia. Uzbekistan, Georgia, places like that. And they were wonderful. And they had all been like doctors, Philharmonic musicians, but in their original country, but they came here in search of the American dream. They're wonderful people. And now they're making sheepskin coats. Anyway, so Dimitri, a friend of ours, came knocking on the door of the studio. And he had this little scrap of calico kitten in his hand. She was about 6 weeks old. And he said, Peri, Adam, this is Shurka. She is the most excellent and intelligent kit, but I cannot keep my wife. She's allergic. And we looked at Shurka, and she sort of sat up, and she was this big, and she went, and he said, see, she is like tiger, only little. So we adopted Shurka, and she was a boy's cat for a long. She didn't like girls. And then one day, I was like, come here, Shurka. Who is a pretty girl? And I don't know, female calico cats, they like to be given compliments. So I said, pretty girl. And she looked at me, and from that moment on, she was the most loving animal I'd ever met. So if you have a cat or a dog or a parakeet or a llama or a marmoset, sometime in the next 24 hours, you can also do this with children, but I know pets better. Just lie down and have the kitty or the dog or whatever on your chest, and think about the love that they give you, and think about the love you give them, and that will feel like what unconditional love is. Because you're not thinking like, I love this cat. If only he'd lose 5 pounds. Or I love this cat. If only she'd stop drinking so much. Not so much. Doesn't happen. So a good exercise is put the kitty or the doggy or the llama or whatever, marmoset, on your chest and breathe in. Feel the love that's going between you, this unconditional love, and then start to send it out to anybody on your block or anybody in your town who needs it. And you'll feel you're sending it to people in the old people's home. You're sending it to people down the street who are opening a new shop. You're sending it to the new neighbors. And you'll start to feel you expand. And when you get there to that feeling, you'll start to feel like, oh, wait a minute, I'm in the flow. I'm connected to source or God, whatever you want to call it, because unconditional love is all of this. And when you're in that space, because you're so safe and so protected, you can breathe into it and you can start asking questions and you'll get answers. And later on, you'll learn to do it. Once you practice, you'll learn to do it without the kitty, dog, llama, marmoset, or child. And you can just go there. But it's important because when we read for somebody else or when we read for ourselves, coming from a place of, which is very difficult for human beings, of non-judgment and compassion and unconditional love, just opens the floodgates for information that they need and that you can learn from. And there we go. So thank you. We're going to do the psychic weather forecast next week because I left my cards at my office. So, oops. Anyway, but still got the psychic thing going, so we can do that. April. We have April. April and June.
Hello.
Hi. What is so rare as a May and June? Hi, April. I love that name. Were you born in April?
Yes, I was.
Cool.
April
you know
14th.
How many people? Good day. Okay, we like that. Although that is the day that the Titanic went down, but it's a really good day otherwise. So I'm glad you're here. And let me see. Would you like me to focus on a specific question, or would you like me to just kind of dive in and root around in the sock drawer of your soul?
Just dive in.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Actually, you're doing well. You feel, it's funny. I think you look and feel younger than your physical age. So,
I hope so.
But that's not, that's neither here nor there. Thought I'd throw it in. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, you're very good with people. You know what's funny is you have talents that sometimes you don't feel comfortable about using because you don't want to be like manipulative. Does that make sense? So you're very good with people, but you don't necessarily, right. Because that's the thing about good people. They worry about stuff like that and they don't have to because you're basically good. So you're not going to do bad things. Except for that one thing last year, but we'll ignore that. And for a small price, nobody will hear about it. Anyway, kidding. So that's one talent you have. You are really good with people, and you're also a very good judge of people. And you sort of rein in on that a bit too, because you don't want to, part of you is like, well, I don't want to be judgmental. You're not being judgmental. You're just very good at sort of getting people. So that's in and of itself, that's a marketable commodity. You also have a little performer energy to me. Is that something that you've wanted to do or something you've done in the past?
No. No, I would like to maybe, but no, I've never performed.
Do you ever pick up a hairbrush and use it as a microphone and sing while dancing in your underwear around the house?
Oh, yes, I do, but I'm not good at singing at all.
There's some sort of performative thing. It's interesting. I think, I've never said this before, but I think you'd be very good at like being an MC or being, like a mistress of ceremonies for, I don't know, you could host open mic, you could go to Toastmasters and learn how to, being yourself in public is something you'd be good at. And I don't know if it's performing, but you'd be it's crazy, I don't know why I'm saying this, you'd be a really good like master of ceremonies. Like, so if your local Elks Club or something has a talent show but you'd be good at that. Anyway, back to you right now. It's very funny. Sometimes the guides tell me stuff that I'm like, are you guys drinking? And, actually, you're lucky in love. You may not think you are, but you are. Or you're about to be.
Oh, no, I've been married now for over 12 years, and that's my soulmate. Yeah.
Great. Okay, yeah. Because I was tuning in on that, and I'm like, girls did really good in that department. Yeah, he's lovely.
Yeah, I lucked out in that. I've got a very great husband. Very lucky.
Yeah. Do you know how often I don't hear that? It's so nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, got that covered. And you are creative in some way, but it looks like you want to use your talent, the talents you have for working with people, managing people. You want to use that to take you a little further.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I mean, the creative stuff is great, and creativity is actually part of working with people, but you're very good at, it's funny, I feel like there's something specific aside from the emceeing, which is, okay, you work now, and, okay, let's see, but you're not as far up as you should be, and that's not you. This is a slightly odd thing to say. I don't even know if you've noticed, because you're not somebody who notices stuff like this, because you don't feel this way towards other people. Has envy or jealousy played any part in your life? Not with you, but with other people towards you?
Oh, yeah, I do believe.
A lot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honey.
I do believe people are very intimidated of me, a lot. It causes me not to speak out as much, because I do intimidate people.
It's not that you intimidate people, because you're not, people can tell that you're kind and that you have really good intentions. It's just that you're smarter than they are. And sorry. And I don't think that's something you've fully gotten about yourself, because I think, you're modest and you want to be like other people. But the fact is, you're really friggin' smart. And you can
thank you.
Yeah, but you are. It's not. I didn't do it, but you're welcome. I'm happy to take credit for it. I'm sorry. I'm also I'm tuning in on your kids. Looks like 2. Okay.
Yep.
And I would brace yourself for a bit of a surprise. I don't think you're done with the kid thing yet, Toots.
Don't say that. Mine are almost grown.
Sorry. I know, but there's either you're going to be spending a lot of time. Hi, you there? I'm right here. Hello.
Yes,
hello.
I'm there.
I'm here. Okay, good.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Either and as somebody who is an oops myself, I'm kind of in favor of that. But so either that, or you're going to be spending a lot of time with a kid, like kid, like toddlerish. So either you're going to be babysitting like your next door, but there's kid energy around you. I'm not ruling out the accident. Just saying.
Okay.
Stranger things have happened. Okay, but back to you. The place you're working, do they do something having to do with like, I want to say, not making banners, but something to do with like graphics or printing, or something to do with advertising? What are you guys showing me? Hold on. Yeah. What?
I'm a brand ambassador. I promote brands, movies, and...
Oh, okay. Then that's why I was seeing like banners and signs, but I'm like, do you guys make that? Oh, that's so cool. Wow. I want to be a brand ambassador. Okay. So, the thing is, there are a couple of things. This is a very male-dominated corporate culture that you happen to find yourself in. So I think you're doing about 3 times as much work and better work than, for instance, the guy who's a little bit higher up than you in the food chain. and you're much smarter, and I hope he's not watching this. But I think one thing you might want to do is sort of, in a very subtle way, which you can do, bat those eyes. Let them know how much you're doing, because you do much more than people know you do, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't know it. And if you can draw it to their attention in a very subtle way. Oh, me? Did I just draw that to your attention? Because there's also going to be a change. Normally, I'd say, like, move on, get a different job. But there's going to be change in the hierarchy coming up soon. There's a management shuffle. So you're going to be working for people who see you a lot more. And I think by January of next year, they're going to see, like, and this might be where some of the stuff where you're getting kind of public attention in some way, they might use you for, I don't know, promotional videos. Something is coming up where you're going to be getting positive attention publicly. So maybe you don't have to end the scene. Maybe it's part of this. It does look like they're changing management, and you might not know about this, but just call me and tell me that I'm right when it happens. Okay?
Okay.
And your kids are great. I really like them. They're very different. The older one of them is a lot more about sort of science. And you might occasionally be like, is she on the spectrum? No, not on spectrum, just very smart. The other's sort of more outgoing. They're very cool. Good looking kids.
Yeah, but I have great kids.
Yeah. Older girl, younger boy?
No, my son's older.
Oh, dang. Sorry. Could you put a wig on him? Just so I'm right.
But my
which
son
one is the more
hair.
Oh, well, maybe that's it. Okay. I'll take that as a win. Okay.
Okay.
The girl has a very, and then I'm going to have to go in a couple minutes, but you're so much fun. I've got about 2 more minutes. So one of them, the girl seems like she needs or gets more attention. She seems like,
yeah.
Okay, good. The son is a little more serious. Wow, they're real. I'm not just saying that. They're really gorgeous kids. These are good looking. I mean, not that that's important, but they're nice people too. These are people that you would want to be friends with if they didn't happen to be your children. They're good people. And
I got very well-rounded kids.
Yeah. Who's the really funny one? One of them is really funny.
Trey.
What?
My oldest.
Okay.
Trey, my oldest.
Okay, I thought it was a boy. Has he got dark hair?
Yep.
Yeah. And pretty eyes? He's got beautiful eyes. Looks like he's got light eyes and dark hair. Like a movie star. And your daughter is lovely. I think she might be more athletic too. Or she's about to be. That's interesting. Or else a good dancer.
She tries, but
okay.
she's not.
How old is she?
13.
You know what? I tried about that age. I went from trying to suddenly being very athletic. So just bear with her. She's growing. It's like her arms and legs are growing so fast that they're not talking to her. So give it a few months. She'll be fine. She's good at team sports. They're just nice kids. And also, they've got some culture. You've done a good job there. You're not a narcissist. I work with New York moms. So meeting a mom who's not a narcissist, who actually reflects her children back to them as they are, rather than like as accessories, it's really nice. And you do that. Congratulations. Yay! I love your husband.
Thank you.
Not that way. Yeah. Okay, there's going to be a job change and a possible move upwards. If you don't want another kid, wear a scuba suit. I mean, not everywhere, but and there's a thing with an in-law that it's not a problem, but it's going to resolve itself. So know that by March of next year, there's some sort of yeah, right.
Great. Yeah.
It's going to be because you're not going to react in the same way. This person is not necessarily going to change, but you're going to change your reactions because they go poke, 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 and you're very proud. You're like me. You like things to be fair. You like everybody to play fair and you don't, when somebody doesn't play fair and they're a little underhanded, you're like, wait, that's not right. But you're going to stop expecting this person to do anything else and just go with the flow, give them the benefit of the doubt, and then secretly set fire to their socks. No, I'm kidding. But that doesn't work. Trust me. But that's going to work out. I'm not going to say which in-law it is because who knows who could be watching. But, and I'm sure they're a wonderful person. But that's going to work out by March. Not sure why, but it's going to. Yes. Awesome.
They don't speak English, so they would never know.
Oh, great. I'm down with that. In that case, I think it's either a sister-in-law or a mother-in-law. Mother-in-law's almost too easy.
It could be.
It could. Well, they're very alike, and they kind of back each other up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And what they do is they make you wrong. Okay, I've got 6 minutes, so I better go in a second. But when they start to gang up on you, which they do, and they start to make you wrong, they'll attack you. And then if you react, they're like, oh, she's so sensitive. So screw that. Just smile and nod. Okay, I'm going to let you go. We've got a quick caller now, but you are an angel, and I really like reading for you. And keep in touch. Come back next week or contact me on my Facebook page, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, April. Mwah. Bye. Thank you. Okay, we've got a quick new caller. That was awesome. I really like April. And I know you did too, because I can tell, because I'm psychic. Okay, do we have another caller? My lovely Dave producer. Hi, Sharon. It's Peri. How are you? Sharon? Sharon is... Whoops. All right. Well, while Sharon is thinking about coming back, we're going to talk about a couple more things really quickly. Now, I don't know if any of you have been having this experience. I've been having it lately. Hi, Sharon, are you there?
Hello?
Oh, hello, my angel. How are you?
Hello? Oh, I'm
Hi, Sharon.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can totally hear you with a pretty Texas accent.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
What day is your birthday? So that's how I connect with people.
14,
Tell me.
Okay.
Wow.
July 14, 1966.
You know, you're the third person in 2 hours I met with that birthday. That is amazing. That means something. Not sure what, but did you say 1966? So your year of the fire horse.
Yes.
Fire horse women.
July 14. July 14.
In the ancient. Yeah. In ancient Eastern cultures, women born in the year of the fire horse, which is every 60 years, were sometimes like just put up in a mountain and abandoned because they were supposed to be so powerful that the male society was scared of them. So it's kind of a difficult compliment, but it's a compliment. Okay. And horses are very, well, what do you think horses would be? Horses are very adventurous. You don't have 4 legs, though, so I know that. Okay. So do you have a specific question, my love? Or would you like me to just deep dive? Yeah.
Well, you can deep dive. I mean, you can deep dive. But,
okay, I've got 3.5 minutes. So I'm going to talk really fast. So listen really fast with both ears. Ready? Okay. It seems to me that you had a tragic loss in the last 2 years, and I'm really sorry about that. Is that correct? There's a lot of sadness around you. Okay. I'm sorry. That person is, and I don't say this lightly, this is not like, oh, cross my palm with silver. This is serious. And I didn't believe this stuff till after my dad passed. But this person is with you, really with you. And also all of this stuff, yeah, very much. And in a good way, not embarrassing moments, just in a good way. Like, and
in a good way.
Yeah, really in a good way. Also, all the problems that this person experienced on Earth, they're so much better. It's just like they're their pure self. So in the next 2 weeks, you're probably going to experience something that will remind you of them. So that could be like their perfume or cologne. That could be if they smoked, a little tobacco smell if you don't smoke. Just keep your eyes open for that because they want to say like, hi. So there's that. And I'm not being flippant. What?
Okay, you say another 2 weeks? You said another 2 weeks.
Within about 2 weeks. The most they'll do is you might notice either your keys going missing or your lights turning on and off, which is really annoying, but I don't think they'll do that. That happens to me sometimes. And I'm not just, so I'm absent-minded, but it happens when somebody's trying to get in touch. I'm like, dude, just send an email. Okay. Also, it feels like there's somebody in your family you're very worried about currently. Is that correct?
Worried about what?
Worried about right now. Is there somebody in your family you're worried about?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. This is a younger person? Feels like
Yes.
Okay. And it feels like they don't listen? It feels like a boy? I've got 90 seconds. I'm going to talk really fast. Okay. He's presenting as 17. I think he might be older, but he thinks he's 17. There's a problem that seems like it might be, I'm just going to say, some sort of substance. They're looking, he's really defiant right now. Try to find somebody like a male figure who's as like badass as he is, who he'll listen to talk to him about this. He's going to be okay, but he's at a turning point, and it's a really good time to talk to him. Find somebody, he's got a lot of anger issues, but he's going to be fine. He's actually very talented. I think he's a very good mechanic or something with his hands, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you say find someone, a male dominant.
Find a guy to talk to him. Yeah, he's got some issues with father figures. So find a guy who isn't his father, who is kind of who he respects. I've got 30 seconds. The last thing I'm going to say to you is that the health scare that you're worried about, go back to the doctor, get another test. Okay. Please go back to the doctor, get a second opinion, and make sure they follow up with the test, because it's not really, please do that. And then tell me what happens. You're fine. Okay. But get a second opinion and get more tests. You really are going to be fine. Much faster than you know.
Okay. What is it?
Call me back. What? It's for a health thing you're worried about.
Health.
I would like you to go get a mammogram, if that's okay. Can't hurt. Well, it can. They're pains, but you're fine. But there's some sort of health thing that's coming up for you that I want you to get checked out twice. Doctor.